Imagine a quiet morning on my sprawling ranch. The sun just cresting over the desert hills, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson. I'm sipping coffee on my porch, the world still and peaceful, when the crunch of gravel under tires shatters the calm. Three figures march toward my fence like they're storming a castle, waving papers like weapons. Leading the charge is Karen Whitfield, HOA president, her blonde hair sculpted to perfection, her pantsuit screaming suburban supremacy. "Mr. Henderson," she declares, voice syrupy with fake charm, "we're here to discuss your immediate eviction from this property." I set my mug down, slow and deliberate, and flash a grin. Little did she know, she just picked a fight with a federal land agent, and her empire of petty rules was about to crumble. 6 months ago, I inherited this 40-acre ranch in Mesa Valley from my late uncle, a man who poured his soul into this land for decades. It's a slice of paradise, 3 miles from the nearest HOA-controlled neighborhood, Desert Bloom Estates. My days are simple. Mornings fixing the barn, afternoons tending a small herd of cattle, evenings watching the mountains glow purple under the sunset. The ranch sits on unincorporated county land owned by my family since 1952, far beyond the reach of any HOA. Or so I thought. Karen Whitfield, armed with a misread 1980s plat filing about future development considerations, decided my land was hers to control. It started with a letter delivered by a nervous kid who tossed it at my mailbox and bolted. "Notice of covenant violation," it screamed, listing absurd complaints. My barn's beige color was unapproved, my fence posts were 6 inches too tall, and my cattle were unauthorized livestock, violating noise ordinances. I chuckled, assuming it was a mistake. 3 days later, Karen showed up in person, flanked by 2 board members, waving a photocopied document. "This plat proves your property falls under Desert Bloom's jurisdiction," she said, her smile smug. I explained politely that she had no authority. She didn't listen. The harassment escalated. Daily violation notices appeared, taped to my gate, tucked under my windshield wipers, citing everything from non-approved desert landscaping to excessive dust generation from my truck. One notice even claimed my rooster violated dawn noise restrictions, despite the nearest HOA house being 3 miles away. Then came the construction crew. I woke one morning to a backhoe blocking my driveway, a sign reading, "Desert Bloom HOA Authorized Road Improvement." The operator shrugged when I pointed out this was my private road. "Take it up with the board," he said. Own HOA horror stories. Desert Bloom had been strong-arming property owners for years, pressuring them to sign covenants or sell to developers. Some neighbors hesitated to get involved, fearing retaliation. Karen's campaign grew bolder. Her minion, Brad, a retired busybody with too much time, parked on the public road, binoculars trained on my ranch for hours. The HOA even tried to condemn my well, claiming it was improperly permitted and a contamination risk. The final straw was the eviction lawsuit served by a sheepish sheriff's deputy. The filing accused me of persistent covenant violations, unpermitted structures, and unsafe living conditions, demanding my eviction and $200,000 in fines and legal fees. That night, I called my supervisor in Phoenix. "Jim," I said, "they've gone too far." Within 24 hours, 3 unmarked federal vehicles rolled onto my ranch. My colleagues from the Bureau of Land Management's Special Investigations Unit arrived, armed with survey equipment and property records. What we uncovered was jaw-dropping. My ranch was unequivocally outside HOA jurisdiction, but Desert Bloom had been illegally encroaching on federal land for years. Their golf course stretched 200 yards onto protected BLM property. Their hiking trails cut through a designated wildlife corridor without permits. Worst of all, they'd been dumping landscaping waste in a protected wash, endangering desert tortoise habitats. As a senior federal land agent with 23 years investigating property disputes and environmental violations, I knew the weight my badge carried. Karen's reign was about to end. The U.S. Attorney's Office launched a formal investigation into Desert Bloom for fraud, harassment, and illegal encroachment. The eviction lawsuit was withdrawn with prejudice, meaning it could never be refiled. But we didn't stop there. Our probe revealed financial misconduct. Karen had embezzled HOA funds, disguising personal expenses as community projects. Her marble driveway? Paid for with HOA money as a beautification project. Her pool renovation? Listed as aquatic safety upgrades for a community center with no pool. She'd siphoned over $300,000 in 5 years. The HOA board meeting that followed was chaos. Residents packed the community center, demanding answers. Karen sat, pale and silent, as federal investigators presented evidence. When they revealed she'd profited from illegal land deals, strong-arming rural owners into selling below market value for developer kickback,
ounce of wire fraud, 2 counts of making false statements, 1 count of conspiracy to defraud the United States, and 4 counts of violating the Endangered Species Act. Each displaced tortoise burrow carried a $50,000 fine, and we documented 20. She faced up to 20 years in prison and over $500,000 in penalties. As the judge read the charges, Karen's smug facade crumbled. "I was just enforcing standards," she stammered. Her lawyer's attempts to quiet her were futile. Today, my ranch is peaceful again. The barn still beige, the fence post still 6 inches too tall, and my rooster crows at dawn without complaint. Desert Bloom's new board is cleaning up the mess, and the community is healing. As for me, I'm back to my quiet mornings, my cattle, and those purple sunsets. But I keep my badge close, a reminder that no HOA, no matter how bold, can bully a federal agent off his land. And somewhere out there, Karen's learning that power built on lies always falls apart. For every rancher, every homeowner, every person who's faced down petty tyrants, stand your ground. The truth has a way of winning.